Yeah.
3, 2, 1. All right, we're live.
We live, boy.
Is there? I can't see the chat. Hey, that's
Hasn't
me.
popped up yet. There it is. Cracking a cold one with the boys.
Is that what the title is?
No.
Oh. What's up, Jadamita? How's it going? Figured we just do a stream with Patrick. You can see the chat too, right, Patrick?
Yeah, I see it.
What's happening? We're just gonna answer all your questions. Both of you legends. Patrick's a legend. Go subscribe to his channel. Armand, what's up? What's up? What's up? We're thinking about interviewing. Do any of you want to be interviewed? Interview practice? We'll hit you with HR questions, so it doesn't have to be language specific.
Yep.
Oh, Mima. Mima, what's up? Dave, how's it going? Hey, all caps. How are you guys on your Friday night?
How's it going, Tina?
Peppers, what's up? Best thumbnail in A. How are you guys doing tonight? Who is that guy? He's just a guy.
I'm just a guy.
He's Patrick. We're friends. He's in Lambda school, so I follow him through it. But why to Diet Coke? Because beer is disgusting.
Yeah, beer is disgusting, and I need to be drinking that extra cancer.
Is there an echo for Patrick? No, I just don't have headphones on.
I hope there's not an echo.
No, there's not. There's just reverb.
Oh.
Are you the guy? He's the guy.
I'm just the guy.
Yeah, we're good. We're just doing a little hangout and do some Python later, make another video, all that stuff. No sound. Yeah, I know. I keep muting my microphone because there's reverb. He has a headset and I don't, so.
We're testing Josh's clicking ability today.
Maybe Bud Light. No, beer's disgusting.
All beer is gross.
Bootcamp for deep learning. Lambda has one. It's called data science, which will have deep learning.
Yeah, they do all the machine learning in there.
You started teaching web dev of Feb this year. Oh, okay. To yourself. First project. What is the first project?
I mean, it was kind of clickbait, but the old title would have been "Cracking a Cold One with the Boys." So
with the boy, yeah, we will answer all your questions. Ask us questions. We don't have enough people here yet.
Yep, ask us anything and everything. My kids are currently not sleeping right now, so. I love Numberphile. That's such a good YouTube channel. In Clash or Class?
How to make the new Google? Why do you want to reinvent the wheel?
What is that above? Oh, it's his HTC Vive sensor.
Yeah, it tracks for the room.
No cold beers. Cold cancer in a can.
Absolutely anything. What do you mean? Data science is like deep learning. Is that what you're talking about? Patrick, you can answer that one.
Do I watch Computerphile?
Oh, the one above that.
Oh, is Land an online boot camp? Yeah, it is an online boot camp. Nothing in person, all live instruction. I really loved their Is it Numberphile the one who did the No, I think it's Computerphile I'm thinking of. They did the SQL injection video. I really like that one.
Water instead of Coke for better health. No, we still want to destroy our health. We just don't want to do it with beer.
I mean, if we're gonna take in the extra calories, we might as well do it with 0 from diet.
Yeah, with the 0-calorie drink.
I don't remember their names. I just watched their shows.
Henry, what's up? Do I think 7 months is enough? It's more than enough, dude. Most boot camps are like 3 months.
It's more than the 13 weeks that Dev Mountain advertises.
I like the New Boston. The New Boston and like Derek Banas are pretty good for content.
New Boston is who I watched when, because my C++ instructors did not know how to speak English very well, so I had to go watch New Boston for my C++ classes.
He's like retired. He just sold his channel to people that make videos now. Just rakes it in. Right hand or left? It depends on the night.
My PM's name is Jeremy Kepf, and I guess his background is he went to Lambda too. I don't know much about him besides that.
Henry, are you gonna go to Lambda school? You ask very similar questions every stream. Like you want to know every single detail before you commit.
I thought I saw him say that he was enrolled.
I'm not sure.
Teacher, both hands. Go big or go home.
Oh my god. I don't know what's in the data science. I don't think Haskell. I think they use Scala instead.
Yeah, no clue for that. You'd have to email them or look up the curriculum. Go there. You can see like intro stuff, and it'll like break down what's going on.
Have I taken courses on Coursera? A couple a while back.
I haven't ever used Coursera.
Hashtag Tanzania. All right. I think he's from Tanzania.
Both.
He must be from the Congo. Hashtag the Congo, obviously. I think you should do both, right? Why should you pursue? Your goal should be full stack, not either or.
These days, they assume if you're even if you're hired for a front end, they assume that you have knowledge of the back end. So I have not read a single page of that because it's like 4 years old and probably doesn't have HTML5 in it.
You want to get your degree at NC State. Okay, well, have fun buying $500 books that your professor writes that are required because you need the code in the back. Oh, and you can't buy it anywhere else online to get a cheaper rate because your professor wrote it and he only sells it to students in his class. It's like, this is the problem with college. You're going to college to get a job that might not be there, may or may not be there, regardless if you have a degree. And then because you have the degree, you assume that you're entitled to it. I got news for you, fam. A bunch of people in boot camp are too.
Jeff Allen, most of the work is being put in during that 8 to 5. You're not like learning 8 to 5. So it's really just more like 8 to 9 hour days. I'm impressed, Armand, that they even have web dev classes at your college. Mine didn't even offer it.
No, you can't buy same topics because this is how they do it. They tell you that you have to buy his book directly because he has specific questions for the homework. And since homework is 50% of your grade in his class, it forces you to buy the book. And he's just raking in all that extra bonus money every semester.
College is a for-profit organization. The quicker you learn that and understand that, the better it is. You suck at JS, go study it and hammer out the things that you're confused about until you learn it.
You keep struggling. That's the point, my friend. No, he didn't say he didn't say you suck at JS. He was reading Fabian's comment. Basically, the learning is done in the struggle. If you're learning and you're not having to think about things or struggling, right? Thinking about things that are hard is defined as struggle typically. If you're not thinking about how to solve things, then you're not going to learn. Like, what's the point of just like, no braining it?
If you don't fail, then you're not really succeeding because the path to success is through failure.
Brian knows. Brian gets it.
Yeah, Brian's in my cohort. He's actually one of the guys that I've coded with, so he knows.
Oh, that's why I see that React symbol. Yeah, Brian, we were supposed to do an interview.
Yeah, Brian's been asking me about it too, Josh. Get on that.
I'm sorry.
You didn't miss much, Alan. We're just answering questions right now, bro. And Brian's right. A lot of the time,
Craig, what's
people are
up?
just like, "Oh yeah, I'll go and get a 4-year degree," but that's assuming that you get into the exact classes at the right time and everything's lined up like the moons.
My girlfriend has to wait a year to take a class that is offered once every other semester. So because she missed it and didn't know it was required because her advisor didn't tell her that it was required, she has to wait a year to be able to take the class, which postpones her graduation for a year. But she has to, like, it's the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, and even then, like, she wants to stay where she's working now, and I've told her this 1,000 times. When she gets her degree, she's not going to make any more money. She's not going to move up to a new position. Everything's going to be exactly the same. I'm like, why do you keep spending money on this? And she's like, I just want to finish it. I was like, that's a logical fallacy. Just because you've been doing something for a long time doesn't mean you should keep doing it. It's called the sunk cost fallacy. You can Wikipedia it.
To answer your question, Dave, that's really dependent on you. Do you need 9 hours of sleep to be able to function during the day? You know, if you're really dedicated to it, then you're gonna do it, right? So, and Peppers, of course, I think anybody would go get a degree if it was free.
I mean, I don't know. I would probably skip the one in Finland.
I mean, you also have to remember that if things are free, then it's oversaturated, right?
Well, so the thing with Finland is, like, if you want to be a cashier in Finland, they expect you to have like a degree in like customer service or something. They have like a 2-year degree at like for whatever in Finland if you want to be a cashier or like work at a movie theater, just like typical stuff that a high school graduate here would get. Because education's free there, they're just like, why don't you have this? Why didn't you go? Because you're losing nothing but your time, right? So the degree gets you an interview. That's not true at all.
It's really only a check mark for the HR people who themselves don't even know what people want.
I saw a job posting that said React required 5 years, and it was just like, what? React's not even been out for like 5, maybe like beta, right? Like what? HR lady.
Yeah, Omar, that's the part-time. It's a year instead of 6 months or 7.5 months.
Do we have irrational fears of trying? Yeah, I mean, why? What happens? You're gonna be stuck not doing it, or you're gonna be stuck trying to figure it out. Which one has more likely? Like, if you think you can, and you think you can't, both are correct.
I mean, if you don't do something, you're gonna fail at 100%, right? Like, you're not gonna ever be successful. But if you try, at least you have that 50-50.
I talk to Patrick too much. He's
Yeah.
he's me.
I'm morphing into Josh now. You know, like that meme that Josh did where he was morphing into the Python is great guy. I'm slowly morphing into Josh.
You guys see that Steam message? It's not. It's people on my friends list, I guess. Yeah, React 16 plus years, 8 years experience in the industry.
Fabian, we're gonna give you some tough love, bro. Hey, Craig. He's the dad of the Discord, Josh.
Craig's about to learn to code in like a few days. I'm gonna take Craig from 0 to hero, and yeah, he's gonna blog about it or make videos about it.
Marios, it's a well-known fact in psychology that 3 to 4 hours a day of dedication is the best way to retain knowledge. So I wouldn't say. Dave, one of the web apps I really want to do which I want to build with Electron, is I want to make like a Discord slash Facebook kind of merge where it's like a social media with Discord kind of built into it. But that's long-term project. I have some other ideas I want to do. Trickiest part of HTML, learning HTML. Besides that, it's kind of flavor, right? Like it's all kind of makes sense. Nothing too hard. Then you get really good at masturbating.
I imagine you would have great forearm strength.
And probably a chafed dick, so. Armand. How long are you feeling like a ninja before feeling like you know nothing? Every day you feel like you know nothing when you're learning something new. I mean, even me, like through Lambda, if you watch Josh's other video, I still I still have imposter syndrome every day when I learn something. I don't, you just got to struggle through it and push.
What do I think of university? Pass. Pass for me in the United States or any place where it costs. Pass.
Dave, I was getting my degree and going through college. I have an AS in comp sci, but I did not want to continue for a bachelor's because I thought it was useless that I had to take 3 sequences of biology and chemistry for a CS degree.
To become an expert in a topic, define expert. That's a subjective word. Master is defined by like 10,000 hours of practice, deliberate practice. I dislike that Diet Pepsi. What are you talking about? I love Diet Pepsi.
He says, I thought you liked.
Oh, yeah, I ran out. That's it. That's all.
An AS is a 2-year degree, Nicholas.
It's yeah, you don't have those in Europe. I'm assuming you're in Europe, but associate's degrees don't exist there, as your education system is different.
Good job, Marios. Yeah, you have to take 3 classes of biology, and then you have to do 3 more for chemistry at the university level. You can get a 120K job depending on where you live going through a boot camp if you successfully learn everything. And
getting in an Ivy League that gives you 120 right out of college. All right. Well, how much did you pay to go there? You probably paid 220, and that's like $1,800 a month. So, first of all, you're just assuming that getting in an Ivy League puts you in a good place. I had a high school teacher that graduated from Princeton, and he's a high school teacher. Come on, dude. You know that dude paid like $300K, and he's making a good old $28,000 a year being a high school teacher. And he didn't look like he was doing it for passion, I can tell you that.
You got to think about it, Nev. Some people are working on their bachelor's and they're 6 years in with more debt. And then somebody from a boot camp graduates in like 7 months and they've already got a jump start on, the workforce and making the money. And while someone is still grinding for their degree, and that's not even a guarantee. You come out with debt, you have 6 months to get a job until it starts happening, until you have to pay it back.
Nufa, who this? Someone calling me Joshy Poo in the chat? How you know that?
Oof.
Why do I say pass? I don't know. I don't think that they give you job-ready skills. I think there are certain indications or certain paths that I would require someone to have a degree, like engineer, doctor. But even then, just because they have a lot of education, I would still, look at other, like.
Can I do anything?
If I went to went to get surgery, just because the surgeon has like 20 years or 15 years education, I'd look at his record. I'd want to see what he's done, i.e. a portfolio. Yeah.
And even then, from my comment saying sorry, Josh. Even now, bachelors aren't even competitive anymore. You see masters being competitive in other fields, not tech.
Yeah, university for most people is about the partying but that's all they have to offer. That's actually what I've seen them advertise, right? So first of all, think about this. University's advertising. What is that? That's what companies do. And you think a university is there to help you, but they're like, it's a business. And so now they're advertising the life and the culture that you'll get for over 4 years or whatever. But they're not telling you about the $400K in debt that can't be like wiped no matter what. You can wipe off 10 million in real estate debt, but if you have 20K in student loans, sorry, government wants that money.
Craig, I'd be really worried if you had a gyno.
It can happen to men. It's called gynecomastia. It's what bodybuilders get from using the anabolic chicken. It raises
their... talking about a gynecologist.
Yeah, he is. I'm just interpreting it literally.
Oh. They're talking about college is not the end all be all that it was pre-internet age. It's true. When you have an age of like we do with technology where you can just look up anything and study that way, as long as you have the mental tenacity and the ability to sit down and learn, you can learn anything now that college used to offer. I mean, obviously, surgeons and doctors are still going to be, you need a degree in medical school because it's law required, but, you know, anything else outside of that.
There are certain things that I would want someone to have certifications on, but there's a lot of things I don't really care.
Here's a good question for you, Josh. Do you think you would be worried if somebody built a bridge if they didn't have an engineering degree to do it?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
I've said, yeah. We have civil engineers, like, obviously, if you're like, I'm an aerospace engineer, but I never went to college, I'd be like, let me stop you right there. You're just some guy that likes to put stuff together and see if it flies.
I think the best thing, though, is that as developers, and I'm sure anybody else who develops understands this, is when you tell somebody that, they're like, oh, can you fix my printer?
You can answer.
Which one?
Are we going to talk about anything else besides about how much we don't like college? Someone ask a different question. Don't put that on us. We said we will answer your questions. That was a question.
Let's see. I mean, Nicholas, like, it depends on what the boot camp is teaching. For instance, I mean, Lambda, I wouldn't consider a boot camp because it's like 7.5 months, but I'm in the full stack plus CS, path. Some people are taking the data science path. It depends on what you're learning. That will give you the job that you're going for. K95, Alex.
You say K95? I don't know. Something with... I like the Razer keyboard. That's pretty good.
Platinums with Barry Brown.
Okike. Do I recommend? Yeah, for EU, Open Classrooms is legit.
Don't they actually give degrees now? Isn't that like a thing in the EU?
For Open Classrooms, they give you an EU degree. Like it's a bachelor's equivalent. And for the EU, since everyone in the EU requires a degree... that's a good way to go about it. Does he have professional? Yeah, you answer all the questions.
Do I have professional experience? Well, the professional is, I guess that depends on what you think professional is. Have I been paid to program? Yes. Then I am professional. Marios, everything Lambda related is going on Josh's channel. I will occasionally live stream projects that I'm doing, but otherwise, it's all going on Josh's channel. You
say that like we signed a contract, but we didn't.
Yeah, no. Josh asked me if I wanted to be a part of him shadowing Lambda, so that's why I'm trying to do it that way.
Can I build
to do with shilling?
Let's see.
Can you build a professional website with Wix? I've been told that, apparently.
I don't know. Define professional. That's subjective to the person you're making it for.
I started coding when I was 18, and that was like C++ Java.
WordPress theme and plugin course? I don't know. You don't think you need to take a course and learn how to use WordPress, my friend?
Just grab Divi and start using it.
How much is Lambda for EU? Alright, so this is what they do. I talked to Austin. I made a video about this. basically they're willing to take a chance on you if you can convince them that you're really committed, right? It's on an individual basis because there's nowhere for like there's no way for them to track your income if you're in the EU legally. I mean there is, but you could lie and laws are different and all that stuff. So generally what they do, they'll either take a chance on you or they want you to pay half of the upfront tuition so that they can at least have something to show that you're committed, and that's on both ends.
Even if you haven't started coding yet, Craig, I suggest you learn how to use Git with GitHub. Better yet, take Josh's class on it.
Craig, we're gonna do that first thing. I have remember I told you I was working on the thing I was gonna send you? I just have to convert them. I sat down and I wrote everything out, Craig. But
DUAC, it depends. Have you been working on personal projects outside of what you've been learning in college? Do you have stuff that you'd be proud to show employers? If so, then don't do a boot camp. Just go straight to the workforce.
what's the best way to raise money without a loan for 1 year's expense so you can attend Lambda time? All right. So look, there's a whole bunch of ways to make side cash. Number one, do you have any skills? Number two, there's a place called r/beer money, and you can go there. It doesn't make much and depends on where you're located, but so you can attend full time without working. Oh man. Obviously there's like the cheesy way of being like doing a GoFundMe, which you can put on your Facebook and hope that you have rich family and friends. But every time I see a GoFundMe on Facebook, I'm just like, ignore, chill. This is weird. I'm not going to give you money. You give money to your friends, stuff goes weird.
To answer your question, Dave, from up above, I think being able to explain my code better is happening. Like I understand like the technical terms more and I can use them, but I mean I'm still horrible at explaining what I'm doing to people. It's like if you watched my live stream the other day, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. Yeah, let's change that. That's. I mean, I'm not very good at it still.
So get back to why do you choose to be? Yeah, when everything it uses is publicly available. Yeah, that's the point, and that's how it should be. But the thing is, you need direction. There's a lot of fluff, and when they can condense it down to give you everything you know to get the job, that's what you're paying for, right?
The other thing you have to think about is like
also it's taught. Like some dude is teaching you.
The other thing you have to think about is there's so much information to look at that you don't know. Like there's no one telling you what is in right now. What should you be learning? You're not given a direct path. So you could learn everything and still not know enough or know what the industry wants. That's what Lambda's providing you. They get expert opinions on what the industry is using and they structure it and change it for that. So yeah, like what Craig said.
Everyone's like Lambda Shill stream, but it's really like I reached out to Thinkful and a bunch of other places, but they don't want to do it. Or like Flatiron. You guys heard of Flatiron? There's a couple dudes there. They're like, hey, I got into Flatiron because of you. Or they're like, can I list you as a reference? I'm like, sure, I guess if you want. But they basically told me, we'll forward you to marketing, and if there's a fit, we'll reach out. Which is like, all right.
The pitfall of SAS is it uses Ruby for compilation.
You can use SAS. You can use SAS without Ruby.
Really?
Yeah, those screenshots I sent you earlier today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Those were SAS files.
I've only used less.
It's basically the same concept. Exactly. You got mix-ins with parameters, functions, all that stuff.
Well, I know there's no difference between the two. It's just compilation, really.
So it makes a map. It makes a theme. It makes it a .map file. So you have one SAS file, and then it compiles all the SAS into one CSS file, just like less. So.
Free Code Camp versus Lambda, that's like comparing apples to oranges, in my opinion. And so, Alex, I wouldn't know. Sorry.
Okay, so Ali, this is they have a part-time thing. It's a year long, and there's one day on the weekend and a couple days at night. So you could try that. What up, jerk? Caught me live. Might as well sub. Why would you not sub? You need to have Ruby installed to use it. No, you don't need to have Ruby installed.
It's a compilation.
Um, compiling. Yeah. What are your thoughts on free code camps? My thoughts are it's written. Everything on free code camp is written, and there's some challenges. No one's there to teach you. It's just like, here, this is what you would do. Now try this, and they have different applications. Well, there was another one. Would a person with a felony have a chance in web dev? Of course. I mean, if you're upfront about it. We had one guy we were going to hire for customer support, and then we told him we were going to do a background check, and he disappeared, and he wouldn't answer any of our calls. He made it, like, past all the interviews, and he was like, nope. Like, he just disappeared, and it's like, I think if you would have been upfront, I feel like it's going to be really hard depending on what the felony is, right? If you're, you know, have a seat over here with Chris Hansen, I feel like that's going to be really hard to get a job no matter where you go.
I've heard good things about Thinkful. I think they're running the same exact kind of scheme that Lambda does, right?
It's more expensive. It's more. Oh, also, so the thing with Thinkful is that the thing with Thinkful is that if they do the income share agreement, it's 14% for 3 years. Lambda School is 17% for 2 years. But Thinkful says if you get a job making X amount of money or more, no matter the job, you still have to pay. So if you do Thinkful and then you go back to your car sales job making 50K a year, you have to pay them back. Lambda says, no, only if you get a job using the skills we give you. So that's the difference, but it's cheaper per year. But over time, you're paying more.
Well, considering I haven't learned app architecture, I mean, if you're asking for like what I've learned so far in Lambda, the hardest thing I've learned is JavaScript. If you're asking just like throughout my entire lifetime through college, etc., it's probably recreating data structures with ADT in mind in C++. Besides general web development. Besides working at Google, do you have any specific career aspirations besides general web development? Yeah. I mean, I would like to be a lead. I would like to be able to run a team. Is that going to happen? Probably. Is it going to happen within the next 5 years? Probably not.
It'll happen within the next 5 years. If 5 years, this is typically, if you're not senior level 5 years from now,
something's wrong.
You're not doing something right. Like,
what made me choose web dev over other development paths? I think for me, like, I've always been interested in like creating web applications. Like, you see some of the craziest things. Like, did you guys know that Discord is built through Electron, and VS Code is built with Electron? Probably not. And that's all made with web development, JavaScript, and all that stuff in mind. So that's kind of where my interest was piqued, and I learned about that kind of stuff. And then, you know, I like making software, but I don't like making software with C++. That's true.
Hello, what is your opinion on the 42 school? So I know it's a French guy's school. They provide free housing and stuff. It's basically his philanthropy project, and that's all I know. Everyone keeps at it. So Allie, I hope that helps. Like, basically, you can reapply to Lambda as much as you want. You just have to learn the basic concepts needed for the entrance exam, and that's going to be pretty fundamental. Like, the concepts there are like, let's write a loop, or let's do something else. All right, so I'm going to full screen while Pat is away. There's me. All right. Have I tried Harvard CS50 course? I have not. Like one of your friends. Yeah, I will, Craig. Already a senior. I think you have 20 years before you can actually qualify, though. You quit your job to learn. You're learning for a month now. Any tips will be appreciated. Oh, man. You're a lurker for sure, Rob. I appreciate you lurkers out there. I know that probably you think, oh, you're just some guy, right? Like, you're not going to answer my questions. I don't like to watch videos where people are on the other end and they don't respond. So if you have a question, just let me know. I want to help. I succeed when you guys succeed. That sounds cheesy, but for real, like, Anyways. Oh, Aubrey, I saw that comment. We're Flurkers. Also, Aubrey, thanks for the Dan Maze. I needed that. You don't get a degree at Lambda because that's not what it's designed for. You get a job. If it existed. Hey, Alan, I wish that I knew about those. Yeah, 80% of bootcamp graduates will go nowhere because they give up. I mean, that's with anything. It's not even bootcamp graduates.
I mean, if you look at Lambda has their stuff posted. So like their first cohort is 80% hired. Other 20% is like traveling.
Craig,
hey,
why?
Craig, donate train hype.
Craig with the dono train.
Sorry, Ben, I don't know much about it.
Oh, stacks on stacks. Hold on. I don't have all that stuff enabled because we recorded our video earlier. No, we don't want subscriber goal. All right, everything else. Johnny wants me to answer his question from a few minutes ago. Let me scroll on up here. I'm scrolling. Johnny, I don't see any questions. Johnny, please ask again. I don't see it. I scrolled up for a little bit.
Yes, Dave, that was definitely my experience. C++ only gave me a shallow look at what I wanted to do. And to be able to do the kind of stuff I wanted to do, web dev seemed like a better path and a more creative path for me.
Have I ever played with Ruby on Rails? My first job was Ruby on Rails, and it gives me PTSD. Ruby on Rails drives me up the wall.
That's C++ for me. Yep, Brian's right.
What are my thoughts on Joe's courses? I haven't done it yet. I have a lot of other videos that I have to make, and like they're all queued up. And Patrick watched me edit a video today. It took like an hour and a half for that 10-minute video.
I just sat there and watched him.
Because he needs.
And that's true, Whacked. That is definitely true. Like, you don't get the same memory management level stuff that you would with, like, C++, but not a lot of applications need that kind of stuff.
Well, at the rate hardware is advancing, it's not a big deal. Unless you're doing, like, mass data transfer, but even then, I feel like you'd be bottlenecked by your phone network before that. You're starting to learn Clojure next week. All right, man. Good stuff. Have you ever thought about streaming on Twitch when I do Python? Yeah, so let me ask you a question, Cryptoverse. How do I transfer the YouTube audience? I'm not allowed to make a video on YouTube that says I'm live on Twitch. The only thing I can think of that I could do to stream on Twitch regularly would be like to start being like, hey, I have a channel on Twitch. Please follow me. The link's in the description. Like, I'd have to start doing that. And then I don't know. Also, YouTube's not that bad. The only thing that you can get on Twitch with a fewer followers is the subscribe button. But you can get that on YouTube with 100K. Woo! So we're 21% there. You can't, James. It's against the rules. Yeah. So. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, at least on Twitch's end.
So, I mean, you can still dual stream, but it's against the TOS. So, Linus Tech Tips. You guys know Linus Tech Tips, right? He made one video saying that he's live on Twitch one day because he has like 6 million subs, and YouTube banned him for a day because like that's not cool. I mean, if you get popular enough, they just know, right? I need to grow my social media following. I mean, I'm trying to do that. So, all right, here, I have a request. I'm like literally 13 people away from 1,000 Instagram followers for 16. I'm 16 people away from 1,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm like been trying to get people, but everyone follow and they unfollow. So if you want to see pictures of my dogs, I promise it's worth it. It's just my name. Please go follow me on Instagram. I would appreciate it. I know that sounds really shill, but I've been trying to get to 1,000 for like a week, and I don't know what to do. I'm just bad.
Mr. Johnny, I would definitely consider moving into machine learning. But that's more hobby.
Look. Look, see, I'm stuck. I'm stuck at, what is it? 985 or something. Can't see it. It's a little blurry. But I just can't seem to break that 1,000.
What up? That kind of just melds with like game development in general, and that's already a hard industry to get into.
All right, I'm just going to shout out Luke Connor, A Hero of Time, Brooks, The Crypto, Tom CEO, Rob Taylor, Steven. Appreciate all you guys. Whoever this is, appreciate you. Who else? A Hero of Time. Appreciate you. Oh, now you guys are sending me messages here. All right,
Okay.
Rob, I got you.
It sounds like you want Josh to see Josh shirtless. That's more like
Lurkers are the best. Look, I got you. Rob Taylor, you admitted to being a lurker. Lurkers are the best, okay? All
I
right,
see you lurkers out there.
let's see. Thanks, guys. Are there any jobs in AR VR development? AR and VR are a little bit of a ways away, mainly because of the cost to get into it. So that's...
Lambda concierge. Are you talking about Lambda next?
Mr. Johnny says, would I consider working in another industry? I'd like to work in film and like making Marvel movies and VFX and stuff. That would be sweet.
From mechanical engineer to special effects on the big screen.
From mechanical engineer to code to teacher to YouTuber to VFX finally. How should you approach learning Django? I don't know. Eladio, shout out, thanks.
VR will definitely always be trending.
Here, I put the link to the Instagram. Go hit that. Let's see if I can break 1,000. I've gotten to 997 before, but I can't friggin' get to 1,000 no matter what I do. What are we at now? 997, literally 997. See? I just need 3 people.
Oh, I don't know if I'll do that, Chance. I think that if I put in the hard work, I'll find a job. I don't know if I want to do the...
He's going to be a Lambda ambassador and not get a job. He's just going to go full-time promoter, full-time shill.
I'm going to be the first student to accept a Google offer. Maybe not the first. I don't know. I don't know that.
I don't have the stats, mad scientist. Well, do I think I keep my 5 hours per day routine? I go to the gym. I probably lose out on some gains. I don't sleep 5 hours specifically every day. Like last night, I went to bed at 10, got up at like 5:30. Some days I go to bed earlier, and I try to get at least 7. Well, it averages out to be about.
James, you should completely destroy that like button. You should make it go to the police for being touched so much.
Oh, guys, we just made it to the 4 digits. Here, we did it. We made it.
We did it, boys.
Can I put shirtless pictures of myself and hold protein powder from a company and make 100 grand a month, please?
Now I'm on a horse.
1,000 follower giveaway. All right, let me get my treehouse stuff. Here.
Look at me. V-Bucks giveaway, boys.
Here we go. Wait. Oh. Hold on, we got stickers.
Yeah, guys, I want to see the likes on this video, this live stream go way, way up. We have a lot of people watching.
Here we go. We got a little notey book. We got a little give me a break. Some stickers for your Mac. I don't own a Mac.
If this live stream hits 100 likes, I will personally make somebody some potato salad.
What? Have I ever cycled? George, I used to do triathlons. Dislike for telling you to like. Don't tell me what to do, Mr. Internet Guy. I got you. I understand.
Josh is that customer that walks in when someone says, "Hey, have a nice day." He looks at them dead in the eye and goes, "Don't tell me how to live my life."
I think it would be so cool to go to like a restaurant and you get a waitress and then you just leave like $1,000 on the table. Or no, I wouldn't do that. Someone take it. I would just hand it to her and be like, you know what? You have a great weekend.
I code for about 2 or 3 hours a day outside of Lambda, like on the weekends. Woo, Dave! Hype! Donation train.
George wants to know if he's talking about the anabolic chicken, and no, I don't run any anabolic chicken.
He does have merch stickers, Craig. Look in the description.
Ever tried modafinil? FL modafinil.
I would worry about the taxes on that $1 million. That would be the first thing I do.
Dave, thanks for the $5. I know that Patrick said it before me, but Patrick has his own YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Everyone here, go hit the subscribe button, even if you don't want to watch. Just click, get him to 100. If everyone here goes subscribes to Patrick's channel, he'll be at 100 subscribers.
I'll do a V-Bucks giveaway then.
Get a new Samsung 9 or whatever, and get your 15,000 V-Bucks.
Yep. I'm like an anti-developer YouTuber, so if you watch it, you'll see what I mean.
And one chicken giveaway. Yeah, I don't think so. You need to eat duck eggs if you want that too. Also, let's see. If someone gave me $1 million, what would I do? I would split it into, well, actually, I could put it into a high-paying dividend stock and get 5% back, which would be $50,000 a year on $1 million, assuming we've already taken taxes out. But I would probably buy a set of condos and live off the income from that each month while those assets appreciate.
I believe that's the link to my channel.
George, none of those except for the last one. What's his channel? It's down there. Go subscribe.
Subscribe. Command, lick, subscribe.
He makes memes. So, I think, imagine the developer version of iDubbbz with less offensiveness.
Yeah. If you had 24 ducks, I would ask you to invest 20 of those ducks.
How long have I been learning to code? Dude, since the day I started. What do you mean?
Starting Lambda next week. Any advice? Prepare yourself for the early mornings if you're not a morning person. Like now. I don't smoke or do any of that stuff, Colt.
Jump on the microdosing train? Alright, so the problem there is your ability to get it. Alright, that's the thing. That's the risk that's not worth it. Do I think being on social media and transparent about my life will affect my career? That's the thing, right? Only if you care about having a career and climbing a corporate ladder, which I am 0% interested in. I'd rather work and partner with people and do my own thing and help other people, not, yeah, career-wise, if I was looking for a job, they would probably look it up and be like, oh, this guy's just wasting our time, whatever. I started in 2015.
I started in 2017 with web dev. 2012 with like C++.
What workout plan am I following? Following this 5-day split. Lifting heavy.
The only thing I lift is a laptop off the desk and bring it to the couch.
Clearly, all these people have more experience with these substances than I do. Can you pimp your channel too? Yeah, for sure. What do I view as my purpose in life? Well, I mean, I create my own purpose.
Marius, are you in the U.S., man?
You can get better every day. Do I have any books that I recommend? Yeah, so George, I would read Unscripted, Millionaire Fastlane, The Obstacle is the Way, The War of Art, The Compound Effect. The War of Art's always really good. Also read Live 30 Days with the Seal. Man, that's a good book. That's so funny. Seriously, they're so good.
Coke Zero gives me a headache. It's like Tab. Oh, you'll have to email about that. It's a special case. They typically Lambda is US only, with few exceptions. I don't use the Game 1 mic for streaming because it's literally just a crappy mic. I use the Blue Yeti for streams. The Game 1s are nice because they're open back, meaning that depends if you have people around, but they bleed sound out so it opens the sound stage, audio file stuff. We have one person who's from the UK. His name's Tom. He's got a strong accent. And I think I was told that he paid 10K up front.
Age doesn't matter. Just had your orientation for CS13. How can you be CS13 if Patrick's CS13? There can only be one.
What?
What?
What does that have to do with Pepe memes?
They're just memes.
CS14.
Who is this 4chan?
I'll probably see you in the Slack channel then, Ed.
I think snowballs are like $80.
I saw one at Best Buy the other day for like 70.
Microsoft Imagine. No, I don't know what that is. Marcus Aurelius. So that has a lot to do with Stoicism. Yeah, the obstacle is the way, the Daily Stoic. Also, there's Marcus Aurelius Meditations. There's the Letters of Seneca. The Daily Stoic is really good. I used to listen to that every day on my drive to work every single day, and I listened to it like 4 times. But the Daily Stoic. What up, doggo?
It's the good boy.
The goodest. Only the goodest.
Alan, so they tell you that you can only miss 8 hours like a month. So I would highly recommend you do not miss any days because you'll get so far behind if you do. I missed one once and that was bad. Best tip to convince your friends is to go through it yourself and get a job. You'll be the living proof.
You can do their intro courses for free for 2 weeks. They do like a mini boot camp, a couple days a week. That's for free, and then if they still like it, that's essentially what they do full time. Yeah.
You're never too old, Pedro. And the fact that you have industry experience says a lot.
You're 32? Nah, dude.
Josh isn't learning anything in Lambda right now.
I'm just shadowing, seeing what it's about.
You always do that, Dave. We're starting React on Monday. I would assume that will be the hardest thing so far.
You're 38. Is that too old to start in tech? Craig, see, this is why we need to get you up to speed so we can get Craig on here. Craig is 45. Hopefully we're starting on the 1st. We're gonna teach him how to code. He's gonna talk about it. Panagram, what's up?
So Alan, you can actually choose to either go at your own pace or go during live instructure for the free intro classes. So if you choose go at your own pace, I'll email you videos.
Most people work till 65. Only if you follow the script, my friend.
Yeah, if you play your cards right, you can retire early and just live off of the passive income.
Just remember, no one gets rich from a salary. Just try to remember that. If you want to retire before you're 65, you got to do it yourself. You're not going to be able to do that with a job. But if you want to work till 65, you do you. Panagram, thanks, man. I hope it helps.
It also depends. If you're working for a salary, chances are, if you're in this like age group, you're probably going to be retiring at 75 the way the market's going.
What up, kiddos? How long does it last? So Lambda is 7.5 months. The first 3 months are all web dev stuff, and the other half is computer science stuff. And then right after that, you go to the next bootcamp, which is called Lambda Next, which is pretty much, yeah. What's my favorite dev YouTuber? I don't have one. I don't.
Obviously, Josh is my favorite developing YouTuber.
You want to work until you die, just not for a salary. You just love what I do. Well, I mean, that's cool. I would do something different besides code.
How to get a job with no experience. Projects can't be the only thing. Projects are the only thing because they're the only thing that shows an employer what your abilities are and what you've done. So Lambda Next is an initiative that they're starting where they're taking the career advice staff who they've just increased on. They've hired like, I think, 10 people. And when you're done with Lambda Labs and you're graduating, it follows the same structure of 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., but you're working on things like open source projects, fluffing your resume and making it look good, and talking to potential employers to get you hired. And that's for the next 6 months.
Chance, maybe. But you shouldn't. I mean, there are ways to be able to make what you make and then turn that exponentially. Like, you should be making 100K a month, not per year.
Alan, if you get a job from just the intro or from the part-time, they suggest you not apply until it ends because you might be missing out on precious information and you're going to start paying them. I mean, why pay for half of the stuff when it's going to be the same either way?
Nima, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess. Let's see.
A bank account, Nima.
You got a job without a portfolio? Yeah, I mean, it's possible, right? Depends on the job. Dave Ramsey, don't.
We just had a convo about that today.
I don't follow Dave Ramsey, right? Because does he get rich off of doing what he says, or does he get rich off of conferences, book sales, and speaking? You know what I mean? Does he actually do what he says? Probably not. Same thing with a lot of these motivational people. Like, if someone's giving you advice, and number one, is the advice coming from someone where you aspire to be, or are they doing the things that they're telling you to do? Don't listen to it, you know?
Thank you to all the guys who subscribe to me, by the way. Just want to throw that out there.
Aubrey, get off the stream. Go do your video. The debt snowball? I mean, of course it does, but like, why do you need Dave Ramsey to tell you to pay off your debt and then keep paying it? Like,
I'm on Wi-Fi, Ed, and I've never actually had like bandwidth issues, so. But I also have like 100 megabits per second internet.
if you want to be rich, find a product, sell it, do that.
Craig, truer words have never been spoken.
Julio, what What happened? Why can't you go? Life's too crazy? I mean, you can go again. There's a new one every month. You hope that I don't talk... No, no, pass. Pass on that. I saw his interview with, like, Tom Bilyeu, and he's like, love is the key to success. I'm like, dude, what?
The homie on the left.
Homie on the left. Homie on the left. All right, hold. I mean, you can keep talking.
Wait a second. Am I on the right now, Josh? What's up, Daniel? Easy, Panagram. You look it up, you look at documentation, and then you code with it. We were waiting for you to join us, Saeed.
You don't know who this Josh guy is? Who is this Josh guy?
He said the not Josh guy. That's what the exclamation point is.
Sorry, I don't code.
Oof.
Stripe. You were waiting for me to come online. That's a little creepy. What have I been learning? I've been learning Python. I've been reading a lot of books, learning about investing, learning about video editing. I don't know, stuff that's not really code related because I do that all day and I teach students. So like,
If you know the behind the scenes stuff for Ty Lopez, it's the house that he even started in wasn't even his own house.
we were talking about H3A3. So the thing with Ty Lopez is that I'm not exactly sure what he does. He sells a bunch of stuff, but I'm not exactly sure what his skill is, you know? Like what at the end of the day, what can he do? Like Tony Robbins, for example, right? Good speaker, good motivator, but at the end of the day, what can he do? What is his actual skill that he can do to produce something besides telling other people what to do? Like, is that a product? I mean, I guess it could be. Oh, shit.
What was that?
That was lightning right outside my window.
Oh, wow. Anthony, breath always over death.
Tony Robbins. So this is the thing, right? People pay for charisma, not for knowledge.
No, Tony Robbins' skill is he can convince you to dunk a basketball and then pay him for that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just communication skills. But like, you got to look out for that, right? Look out for people that are telling you to do something, and then watch what they do, not what they say.
You're essentially paying for people to tell you that you're not doing good enough and that you need to do harder.
George. Yeah, I don't know. You sound like you bought something from Ty and you didn't get your money's worth out of it. I mean, Tony Robbins is probably super cool. He's probably great at communicating and reading people.
But he's a businessman.
I mean, yeah, brand is everything. That's what you're buying, right? But I'm trying to provide, like, value. Like, because I want people to be better than me, do better than me, learn something better than me. Like, at the end of the day, like, be better than me so I can learn from you, you know? Patrick, what's his background? Anthony, for real? We have a video every week.
I came from a mother, the womb.
His background. He was born with 2 children, and...
Came out white.
Which motivational speakers aren't scammers? Tom Bilyeu. Tom Bilyeu is a good example of that. He is the founder of, or the co-founder of Quest Nutrition, and he has a co-founder of $1 billion industry. Like he has an actual product.
Craig, you're like the biggest troll besides me. I swear.
Any advice for what? Joe Rogan? Yep.
Ask us more questions, guys. Throw it at us. I'll answer all questions. What's my story? What got me into this, and why did I choose Lambda? My story is I graduated from high school, kind of like not really sure what I wanted to do. Tried college for a little bit, wasn't working out for me, so I decided to go into the workforce, a minimum wage job. Had kids from accidents, and realized that minimum wage ain't gonna be able to pay the bills if I have kids. So I decided to go back to college for comp sci because I've always loved that and enjoyed doing it. Realized that comp sci wasn't what I wanted to do because it's too expensive to go through it with college and it takes too long. Was watching Josh's videos back when he had like 7K subs. Saw that he said a thing about Lambda. Saw a video with forget what his name was, but he was a student at Lambda, and I clicked on the link and decided to take the leap.
Is Pat? I don't know. Can't tell. Probably. What do you do now? What do you do after the Colt Steel bootcamp? You gotta keep learning.
I'm 24, Alan. Would you like to know my hometown or my mother's maiden name?
Go ahead and give me that social and
Last 4 digits.
Yeah, I'm gonna need your driver's license number.
Oh, kids.
What are your opinions on going to the consultant company as a new dev? I mean, that's a good way to get lots of experience. So, like, you can go to a bunch of, like, one of the recruiters was like a consulting company, and if you could actually like work at the recruiter as a consultant, or the recruiter would place you at jobs that they had available. Is making apps still profitable? Having a brand is profitable, because the only thing with apps, like, you can have a shitty app and it can be profitable just because you have a brand. Marketing is everything. Kim Kardashian made an app and it made $700,000 per day. That's like $21 million a month. She made over $100 million off of it just because of brand. And I can bet you the game was garbage. Marketing is everything.
My blood type is actually O neg, so I always try to donate when I can. My backup plan is to take my AS and just go get like a desk job. But I doubt I'm gonna need to resort to that because I'll do whatever I need to. I'll be the bitch boy of a company if it means I get in.
Does Lambda give you the structure? Well, they attempt to. They can't force you to do the work. Even if it was in person, they can't force you to come to class. But what they can do is tell you that if you don't do this, you're going to be kicked out. Oh, they won't kick you out. They'll drop you back a class.
They will give you things to build, though.
Your blood type is gravy. Sometimes I feel like my blood type is Reese's and Diet Pepsi.
I don't know why it does job worlds. I don't have a backup plan. I just know that I'm going to get a job and I'm going to be successful. Simple as that.
Chance. I've already looked into wax. I have salt. I don't know if you've seen salt before, but salt and wax partnered up, and I was gonna get some wax. I know that that's like for gaming and stuff. I just haven't transferred anything.
I plan on learning everything I can about React. React is like the thing I want to learn the most. Ed, there's a possibility that a couple of people might be going into what's called the mastery-based program, which is when people didn't learn what they needed to learn, so they have to go back a week and redo it.
Chance, do you know Katie? Were you here back when Katie was on? Katie, she was working at a crypto startup, and she was helping develop Salt before they released. So that's kind of cool.
I don't know how much I'll make as a web dev. Average around my area in the Bay Area says 136K a year, but that's only like, what, 60K anywhere else?
Isn't your goal to move to Oregon?
Yeah, my overall goal is to find a job up in Oregon because it's basically California but cheaper. with a little bit more rain. So,
And it's less crowded.
Or life goals, get that San Francisco salary, but be like remote and go anywhere. It depends on you, Alan. I can't tell you which one you should pick.
136 as a first dev job in the Bay? That's not actually really far out there. That's really not.
Well, considering that software engineers average as mid-level are about 160K over here, I don't think that's too far out there.
I mean,
Thanks,
they have to pay you that, because otherwise you can't afford to stay. Okay, nope. I mean, you think what you want, and then you can also enjoy the band. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I'll undo it. I respect free speech. It's a joke.
Definitely, Aubrey. Definitely. To elaborate more on that, though, after what I went through with that first project, like, it's you have to think about it. It's incredible. I went from 4 weeks ago not knowing how to do anything to building a responsive website without any, libraries or like Bootstrap or any of that stuff, and then coding the JavaScript on the back end for it.
Battleground Washington. That sounds pretty chill. Are you growing out your hair? Yeah, I'm just gonna grow out the hair. While I still have hair. I've looked at both my grandparents, and I know that you get your genes from hair from your grandparents, and yeah, if I take from that, I'm pretty screwed in the next 20 years. So.
How hard is it to get a visa to come work in the U.S.? Well, it's a lot harder now than it was 2 years ago.
What's your plan for when you graduate to keep your skills? So they have Lambda Next, which forces you to keep doing work every single day. What conditioner do I use? I don't. If I use conditioner, my hair gets too frizzy.
Wow, Josh, I like those holes in your shirt. Very fresh.
I get some really weird questions. You get your hair genes from your mother's father. Yeah, so if that's the case, I have a good 5 years left of hair.
Oof. When you tell your kids to be quiet, but they do the exact opposite.
When's your TED Talk? I don't... Schedule me. Let's do a TED Talk. How do you afford Lambda? You can answer your question, fam.
I'm lucky enough to have family who's willing to support me in the meantime. Do I mean... Craig, I hate you.
You almost said it.
I know. I almost said it too. Craig, do you have Ligma?
Oh, are you going to be a PM? Or are you going to go straight to Lambda Labs?
Oh, I don't want to do PM. I want to go straight through. My goal is to go from A to B, get a job, and start my life.
Or who's the dude on Hell's Kitchen? What's his name?
Oh, Gordon Ramsay?
Yeah, he had a hair transplant too.
I'm gonna definitely push my kids to learn coding. That's for sure. It's the future, man. Everyone needs to know how to code at some point. That's what I believe. I've never heard of ChocoCon. I'll have to look that up.
You doing side projects?
Am I doing side projects? Yeah, I'm actually building a couple of friends some websites. So, like, I have a friend who does photography, and then my girlfriend's actually like an artist. So with everything that I'm learning, I'm just kind of updating and making their websites better for free.
How do you know you'll get a job? Okay, so this is like, you don't know that you're going to get a job, but you don't pay anything until you do. So what? It doesn't matter. I mean,
but I know I get a job. I'll get a job because I'm confident.
Exactly.
I actually have a There's a little kit you can buy that has a Raspberry Pi, and like it lets the kids build the computer with it, and then they can code on it. So I'm waiting till my kids are about the right age to do that.
Craig, go to Coding Game. Go to Coding Game right now, or go to Code Wars. Those are little games for kids designed to learn how to code. It's pretty interactive. It's going to be really basic, like retyping the same stuff over and over, but it'll work.
I hate you, Alan. I fucking hate you. I knew it. You got me. Oh my god. I should have known. Especially right after it happened.
So your first day at Lambda as a PM Monday. Dude, that'll be cool. Yeah, the contract's 5 years. Yep. Ensure that discipline, Pat.
Yeah, I'm about to go over there and ensure some discipline with my right hand.
Do companies even look at coding bootcamp certificates? Nah, probably not. But they look at people's portfolios, which is what really matters.
Yeah, Craig came in with the side swipe. Alan's the one who got me. I hate you, Alan. And I hate you, Craig. Yeah, so if we're going to go over the whole, like, the contract thing, it's a 5-year contract. You're obligated to pay, for 2 years, 17% of your total salary. You only start paying if you make $50K or more, and if you get a job that falls under the umbrella of terms that they outline in the income share agreement. So that's either software development, web development, etc. Any of that stuff that uses or utilizes the knowledge that you learn. If you don't do it, if you don't do
Aubrey,
any
do the
jobs
video.
within the 5 years, then the contract ends. You don't owe anything, and you're capped at 30K. So if I've done the calculation, if you get a job that makes more than about 72 grand a year, you will cap out at 30K before you hit 2 years. I've done the research. I've done it all.
Or you could wait until your 4th year to get a job and then only pay 17% back for 1 year.
It's true.
Whoa, guys! Whoa, can we get some woes in chat, please?
Whoa! God.
Also, if you, let's see.
The woes in chat.
That was intense. If you put Udemy certificate on your resume, don't put that. Just put your portfolio.
God. I know people who have done that too. And they're like, why am I not getting a job or any offers? Or even an interview?
It's gonna be hard. I feel like everything you learn doing freelance by yourself would put you to the point where you wouldn't want to go to boot camp anymore.
See ya, Armand. Have a good one, man.
Armand, dude, pick up that book before you leave. How much calculus do you use as a dev? You hate it. Well, this is good because I don't use calculus as a dev. There's no point in doing derivatives or limits or integrals or anything like that in web dev. That's more data science.
Dave, you signed an agreement with a separate company that they work with that they get to look at your W-2s at the end of the year to see what you're making. And so that has like what you're made for the year and your job title and all that stuff. That's how they enforce it. I don't live in Marin County now. I won't tell you. I don't want to be stalked. And Johnny, the extent of math that I've used so far is adding or subtracting 1. I mean, Yusra, if you think about it, you paid $10, went through a course, and got a certificate for it.
All right, this has now been hijacked by a dog.
That is the good girl.
This is the goodest girl. She's a Rottweiler, half Australian cattle dog, so she does things from both. Rottweilers push and shove. Cattle dogs will grab your hand and ankles. Basically, yeah, if you don't do what she wants, she's pretty pushy.
If you don't have to pay that school debt back already, Chris, and you have almost a year to wait, then I would think it's a good option.
Armand, the first chapters are good. Do it.
No, see, Craig, that's a problem though, because you have to assume that if it's a popular Udemy course, then thousands of people have done it also, and I honestly don't think a hiring person wants to see their 1 millionth to do app on a portfolio.
If you have some school debt already, you can put your school debt on forbearance. That's not a problem.
My post-grad plan is to go through Lambda next and grind on that job search, as well as keep coding every day and buffing up my portfolio.
What is the doggo's name? Her name is Suvi, S-U-V-I. She has eyebrows. She has eyebrows that look like little bugs. Also, this is not me holding her face. She's holding her face. She's just resting it on my hand. She'll fall asleep if we do this long enough.
Bye, Umaima. Hopefully I said that correctly.
Okay, thanks, Sue. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Cult of Personality is right. You're basically doing a handheld project. What are you actually learning? You're just copying code. So that's exactly what the hiring people are thinking when they look at that. No, but web hosting's not that expensive anyway. So
yeah, just move to Thailand. Done. Yeah, how you do anything is how you do everything. So solid work means you care about your work.
I mean, you don't know what you don't know.
I use Visual Studio Code. What questions do I wish people would ask me about but don't? How many pull-ups can I do? What are my favorite books?
What car am I buying? I actually have it. Like, I legit know what I'm getting right now. Like, if I'm getting that juicy check and I can, afford to pay the payments, I'm getting a Lexus F Sport. I think it's not the GS. They just ended that. Probably the ES350 F Sport. Or the RC. Why would it? What? No, employers don't care if you use free web hosting. They care that you actually went out and made something. I use VS Code, and I think Josh does too, right?
Yeah, VS Code is life. Suvi, you can't sit in my chair if I'm already in the chair, dog. Okay.
I don't like Nissan Alley. I don't know. They have a good 15K line, but I want something that looks business professional. I don't know, Johnny. I have a girlfriend. I don't think she'd be... Well, actually, no. She doesn't care if I do it with other girls.
Do I know how to use Vim? Not really.
Alan, just use your email and go sign up for the intro course. They'll send it to you, man.
Is MacBook Air good enough for coding bootcamp and side projects? MacBook Air is pretty light. If you want to run a VM, like a virtual machine, like a CentOS or something like that, you're going to need some RAM. More RAM than a Mac. What? You shouldn't tell an employer that you attend a bootcamp. You can tell them whatever you want. They don't care. Just show that you can do the work up front. If they ask about where'd you go to school, then you can tell them. But if they don't ask, why you got to tell them?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Alright. You should be standing on your projects. Like, that should be the thing for you. Like, that's your merit, right? So
You're pretty low. You gotta turn it up. And there's my mic. Suvi, dog, knocking stuff over. I'm sorry.
how am I doing now?
You're good.
All right, good. You should be standing on your own merit. Like your project should be telling employers, look, this is what I can do. This is what I set out to learn, and this is what I can provide to you for value.
How learn English? Hola. That's it. That's my how
Como
to.
estás?
You guys are front end developers. I am a whatever you want me to learn developer. You want me to learn back end? That's fine. You want me to do Ruby? Whatever, I'll do it. Like I do all the things. I don't hold myself to a position like that.
My girlfriend wants me to buy her a Camaro when I get my job. She's like, hey, so I bought you that computer that one time, so you buy me this expensive car.
Hold on, I don't think 50,000 is equivalent to 1,200.
Yeah, I was just like, It's in Josh's video from, I think, yesterday, right? That's the one you posted today or yesterday?
It's today.
Today. Go check it out. Go over it, the whole thing. Completely plugging Josh in. Pintos are so ugly, Allie. Why would I want to drive around in that?
What do I specialize in? I'm a visual person, so if I had to pick, I'd do product management. Coding is cool, but I'm more interested in like marketing and product management and like, I mean, you have to know how to code to do that. Well, if you want to be a good product manager, but.
Doric, I personally believe this, but not everyone will agree with this because like when people do online courses, they're just trying to get through it as fast as possible. Take what you've learned, even if it's something that seems like so easy, and apply it to 3 different projects, and then move on. Best way to learn something isn't by watching someone else code it, but you coding it without having to look.
Go break stuff.
Exactly.
So you guys got big plans? You guys got big plans for the weekend? What are you guys doing? I mean, you're here on a Friday night. I'm assuming it's was it 6 o'clock for me?
I have to go in about 15 minutes, Josh.
It's all right. It's all good.
How much code is enough code to show a potential employer? Take what you think is enough, and then multiply that by 2, and then that's still enough, not enough.
Do I like Atlanta more or Salt Lake? Yeah, you couldn't pay me money to live in Atlanta now.
Weren't you born in Georgia?
Yeah, I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. A hard pass on anything from there, and there's nothing to do there at all. Like, there's no like we have, like the Appalachian Mountains and stuff. Like, pass. There's just nothing to do. It's hot. It's humid. Here, I got snow. I got desert. I got water. Do whatever I want. All the sports are here. Atlanta is like, there's just nothing. Yeah, you could go to a farm and some peanuts. I don't know. You're gonna play Overwatch and walk the dog? That sounds like a fulfilled weekend.
I'm heading to the beach.
Hi, Sue. How you doing?
HTML. Aprendiendo.
What are you doing?
Oh, look at that. How can you not like the stream and see that?
I don't know. She's just a child. She's just a forever child.
If you guys are new here and you're watching the stream for the first time, go ahead and hit a like and subscribe.
I don't know why you'd be watching the stream if you didn't actually subscribe. It doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe. Cute pupper. Yeah, she's a child. She's a permanent 3-year-old.
Why did YouTube automatically hold that for review? Cute pupper. Whoa!
I don't know. We don't deserve dogs. So that's my goal, right? I wake up every day and try to be the person that my dog thinks that I am.
Aww, look at that face. What a babe.
You should see. Hold.
Oh, my webcam? I'm using a Logitech
Look,
C920.
she's just sitting like this. She's just laying.
Oh.
She's a child.
so cute. Don't have kids.
This became a cute stream, I guess.
I feel like I need to get my dog in my lap now.
Have a dog rescue on 10 acres.
That would be actually that's a legit life goal. I would want that. Get like a farm and just adopt all the dogs.
Okay, you're free. Be free.
Comes back to your lap.
Yeah. Yeah, the reverb. I'll mute my mic.
Sorry about that.
Cameron, Pat, you're just using your laptop mic, right?
No, I'm actually using the Blue Yeti, aren't I?
I meant camera.
Oh, I'm not using my laptop thing. I'm using a Logitech C920.
What distro Linux? I don't know. Ask Pat. He uses Linux.
I'm using Ubuntu. Like a pleb. I have an Asus something or other. I'll have to look it up.
That's the actual model. Just came out last week.
Hold on, let me grab it real quick.
How many months? He has 25 weeks left. Which one best? Angular or React? Depends on where you live, depends on what you like, my friend. Which one's best?
That's the laptop I have. Oh yeah, well I built my own kernel.
Cool, man. If you have a desktop, should you get a Mac? No. Don't do that. I thought the same thing. I was like, well, if I'm going to be a dev, I might as well buy a Mac. I think you're just looking for excuses to purchase expensive new things and then finding a way to justify it. There's really no difference. I mean, you can get things on the, like, I'm using Windows, so you don't need a MacBook to dev. Everyone thinks that they do just because that's what everyone does. You don't need that. Just use a normal, whatever you can get. How many hours do I program? Probably not enough. Or learn? Define learn. I'm learning a lot, just not about programming.
I said this earlier. Sorry, I said this earlier, but psychologists say that the best way to retain knowledge is to study for at least 3 to 4 hours a day. I remember I used to work at Best Buy, and I had so many people coming in asking if they should get this MacBook because it's good for gaming.
Oh, Stezzy, am I into any video games? I'm playing the new WoW BFA, right? I just got one of my characters to 120, and I play Overwatch, and then Halo 5 on the Xbox, pretty good.
If you guys want to learn how to hack into Google with a laptop and HTML, go check out my video.
Are we gonna go over some community projects? I have to update this computer. Like, I don't have Node, I don't think. So I can't run anything.
You definitely have to get on that to-do video.
Yeah, that'll probably happen. I don't know if we'll do it live stream. I might just review them and then put a vote link in the comments so people can vote, and then we'll do a live stream with those people if they want. If you guys are interested.
See ya, Dave. Jesus Christ, my dog just ripped the gnarliest fart. Oh.
Three megabits internet should be fine streaming, playing, and using the Echo. We can do it now. So Chris, we can't. Well, I mean, we could do yours if you want, but like, I don't have anything to run it. And so if you wanted to like come and display it, we could do that. But I don't have anything. I don't know.
We should interview Chris. Let's get him on here and interview him.
We've already been here for an hour and 34. It's nothing against Chris. It's just that the longer these goes, the less views they get. The people start to leave. It's not like that. Chris, what's your plan for the weekend? We can do it tomorrow if you want.
You have to, in sales, you have to be like a developer. You have to assume that your users or the people that you're selling to are a bunch of poop-flinging monkeys and that don't know how to use anything.
You don't have a cam? Cam is irrelevant. Doesn't matter. We could just, I can stream and you could be in like the voice channel on Discord. You don't. I mean, if you want, but I thought you were gonna screen share and walk us through.
I have to start on a job ASAP. Become a software engineer. Why would you become a QA analyst if you're trying to become a software engineer?
While Patrick is taking care of the obligations of his life, I'll be taking over. Today on Bob Ross, we'll be painting happy little trees. Those trees will just be between you and me. Let's see. You only use Node? Yeah. Any good contacts? Yeah, are you on Discord, Jeff? If you send it to me, they invited me to their Discord. Well, they have a Discord for people like me and Christian and all those people that are reviewing it. I can send it to them like that. The coding train is Bob Ross. The coding train has too much energy to be Bob Ross. Does he beat the devil out of his keyboard? These trees feel lonely. Let's paint a cabin. All right, now let's have some soft, fluffy clouds. Some little white clouds, and we're gonna need some phthalo white, and you know.
A happy accident. Just a happy accident.
Can you not? I'm like full screen, so you're just blaring through my speakers randomly.
ASMR.
Bob Ross on cocaine. How difficult is it to get remote jobs? It's pretty competitive, to be honest. It's very hard. Junior people should work first in an office. I disagree what they should do. I think it's what they want to do. But you're going to need to be able to do work or be very good at, working by yourself. You're going to have questions. You're not going to be able to depend on people next to you. I don't think it's impossible, but I don't think it's what you should do or should not do. I think that's an opinion. Fluffy like the dog. Fluffy little clouds like my dog, which I happen to have sitting behind me. He's taking a nap. Let's wake him up. All right, well, he just woke up. I just rolled back.
Craig, if you don't become a polka dance instructor right now, while you're learning to code, then I will be severely disappointed in you.
He's not excited about being here, but he is pretty fluffy.
Dang, Josh, I'm up from 55 to 65 subs. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's not impossible, but you're right. You probably can advance more, but yeah.
I guess YouTube doesn't like the word pupper.
What's the most hardcore drug? What? Nothing.
We're not going to talk about that kind of stuff. Julio. Sounds like the kind of woman you shouldn't be dating. I don't know, Alan. YouTube is weird. And I'm going through puberty again.
He doesn't like being held, so I'm gonna put him down. I don't do
Castro, no drug talk in the chat, please.
Kotlin is the language for developing mobile apps. Why are you trolling?
I'm sorry. I'm so stupid. It sounds like a drug name, though, doesn't it?
It sounds like they're giving you the stuff that's not necessarily code. Alright, I'm gonna mute him while he's laughing. I did a Rod Pupper. Yeah. You can hear him through the reverb because he's.
It was so dumb.
I'm glad you entertain yourself. Sorry, I have those moments.
God, you should have heard me laughing when I created your stupid thumbnail, Josh. I was dying.
How many Kotlins does it take to get high?
If you inject Kotlins, then you need to get your life looked at.
How many Kotlins do you have to smoke?
Hey, I resent that statement, Castro. Craig. Too far.
We're doing Python, and then he's gonna do Python as well, I believe.
Yes, I am. Doesn't it?
Can we make Kotlin the new Ligma? Put it in our programming humor.
Kotlin these balls. That works. Yeah.
Ah, there's hair everywhere now. The things I do for the stream. Can you see these hairs?
I can actually see them.
Yeah.
Entry-level DevOps? I've never in my life heard of entry-level DevOps, but I think Josh would know about this more than me.
Chris, that's your question.
If I had to explain what brought me to this group or why Josh created it in 30 seconds or less, what would you say? Everybody needs a little guidance, and some people have more questions than others. Josh sets out and aims to create a community that he can provide value to and guidance.
Can you hold up the piece of paper you're reading that from? Holy crap.
I worked sales for a long time before I started college. Let's just go with that.
What do I think about Wix? Wix is not good. I mean, it's okay, but... Would I consider being a dev for other industries? I won't consider being a dev for any other industry other than Josh Enterprises.
It's definitely not scripted. How would I know he would have asked that kind of question? Anthony, I will take whatever job I can get, but my hope is to get one at Google. I know a couple of people at Google, so I'm hoping to get the plug.
Oh, Win wants to know, Mern or Mean? Obviously Mern.
I think Mern is like 60% adoption rate right now, at least where I'm at. It's like straight up only Mern.
Do I regret going to college? I don't regret it, but I would probably skip it if I had to do it again.
Josh's eyelids were blinking the word help. If you need help, Josh, blink twice. Knowing what you know now, do you guys regret going to college and putting in all that effort? The only thing I regret is not stopping after 2 years and thinking that I wanted to continue on to a bachelor's and that college was the answer to that. Otherwise, no, I don't regret my AS degree. I don't know about you though, Josh.
I already answered.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear.
We'll go for like a couple more minutes, and then we'll head out, because you have to go anyways.
All right. Yeah, in a little bit.
Flexibility or significantly higher pay? Flexibility.
Same.
I don't care. I don't care about the money. If I can pay my bills, go out to eat, see a movie, that's it.
Yeah, Alan. Hiraki, or Hirakai. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. But yeah, in the U.S. you have associate's degrees, which are 2 years degrees, bachelor's, which are 4 years, master's 6, doctorates 8. But I mean, obviously, it's not always within that time span. Usually longer.
Zainab, you're about to start a boot camp in Chicago. What advice do you want? Let me ask you a question. Does that boot camp have a guarantee? If that boot camp does not have a guarantee of getting you a job before you pay or anything like that, they promise to give your money back, don't go. Okay?
What do you think, Josh? Should web devs ever consider Amazon Web Services?
What is that question?
It's by Pogo M. Couple lines up.
Ever consider an AWS? Like, yeah, Amazon Web Services are used all the time. For sure.
Well, in this field, Hira, I'm just gonna say Hira. Sorry. You really only need a bachelor's. That's what they say. But you really don't even need college experience anyway. If you know what you're doing, you can get a job.
You got a refund from Udacity before they ended it? Good. Right? Make sure, if you're going to pay a bunch of money to do something, to learn to code, make sure there's some sort of guarantee for you. Otherwise, what's to hold them responsible for keeping their stuff modern? It just doesn't make sense.
Whoa! If Python is where it's at, then what is blank is where it will be. Okay.
There's different sources for different business applications or personal applications, you know? I'm sure each one has their uses. I'm sure some of them are better or worse depending on how you learn. Like, that's the thing, right? Everyone learns differently. Everyone approaches stuff differently. Maybe they don't understand a way of someone teaching. It's hard to say, but I can just say that if a boot camp is costing like $12K up front and they don't have anything except for, we have a career services team. What they're really saying there is that we have a customer service team. That's literally all you are. Call it student, call it whatever you want. It's customer service.
Can you give me advice on how to get some mental toughness? Because sometimes it's hard to imagine myself becoming a software engineer. That's just, that's imposter syndrome. You have to just go through it and get over it.
It's hard to imagine yourself. All right, so first of all, don't do it just for the money. You have to be interested in tech. There's a lot of people that are like, I want to do it because I can change my life. Yeah, it's true, you can. But if you're not good at being by yourself, it's not good. Like, there's a whole bunch of, you got to be okay with feeling dumb a lot. Boxes or briefs? Briefs for sure.
I've never used Ember.js, so I don't know how it compares to Vue or React. What's up, Rug?
Craig, I mean...
Sell yourself on the street.
I heard you have moves. Yeah, man. We're down to 42 viewers.
Really?
Yep. So this is why we're gonna take off. Do some other stuff. I'm gonna work on another video, guys. Probably coding setup. Chris, I don't know if you're here, but let's plan it. Let's talk it out over Discord. Let's plan it out. I gotta review some apps.
And be sure to like the stream, guys.
If you guys, before we check out, just hit the thumbs up. Thanks for hanging out with us. We're just goofing around. It's Friday night. We hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for some sort of stream and a video. We gotta keep it going. We're almost at 21,000. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Like, I wish I was that excited about the little things that they get excited about like that. then you turn an adult. It goes away. Laters, brethren. We appreciate you. If you're not subscribed for whatever reason, hit the button, because we're almost at 21,000. That'd be a cool milestone. First 1,000 on Instagram. I don't know. I couldn't do it without all you guys anyways. So I appreciate you hanging out. Thanks for all you lurkers. Appreciate all your time. All right. We'll see you. Patrick, you want to say anything? Go sub to his channel.
Yeah, and if you guys enjoy comedy and the non-serious side of development, go ahead and check out my channel. Maybe give it a like and a subscribe too. And see you guys later too.
I was gonna end the stream. Where's it at?
Look at you, man. I see you sitting on the couch about to roll up that big old ball of nasty ass, sticky ass, stimmy ass streetbo. Ugh, that shit is weak. Watching Maury Povich. Hey, which bring me to thought. Bitch, I'm not the father. Angie, Tammy, Renee, Felicia, Michelle, and the little bitch Fifi stay on 59. Bitch, I'm not. I wore a rubber that night. Everest College is accredited by the West Coast Commission of Non-Accredited Schools.